What it do, family? We back at it again. MenUp365. I'm here with my compadres, my partners. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
To
sir.
my right, I got my man, Mr. Man.
What's that?
Man's finest.
What's up?
To my left, I got Big Ump. You know what I'm talking about?
Salute, don't shoot.
Big Derek, Big D, Ump. But no Diddy on the D. You know what I'm talking about? And today we sitting here with a young
Rico
man.
Valdez, baby.
Yeah, he got a nice little story to tell. We're going to listen to it for a minute. Rico Valdez, we finna get into this here. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. So my name Rico Valdez. I want to, first of all, thank T for allowing me to be on this platform. It's an amazing experience.
Sure.
Today's link up was very inspirational. It was very humbling. And I just commend them. I admire them for putting something like this together. We need more of this. We need more of our brothers coming together and fellowshipping and just creating a safe space for vulnerability. My name's Rico Valdez. A little bit about me. One of the reasons why I came here, T wanted me to share my story.
Right.
I grew up in Tampa, Florida. Played football my whole life. Went to Jefferson and Chamberlain High School. My class was 2009 at Chamberlain. We was nationally ranked 10th in the nation. And ironically, we was one of the first defensive secondaries to all sign a D1 scholarship and go to college together. But ironically, we all signed a scholarship together and we all got indicted together. But in that situation, going back and processing, I really believe nothing happens by coincidence. Everything is purpose-driven, and it's our responsibility to find the best out of our situation and learn from our experience. In that case, as I was explaining earlier, I was a full scholarship athlete, had everything taken care of. It really wasn't no real reason for me to do what I did, but I was distracted. I was distracted and I didn't protect my dream. And one of the reasons why I didn't do that is because, I was in a relationship and tried to be a provider as a kid for my old lady, my girl. And as I was explaining earlier, my girl, she ended up getting into the entertainment business, the adult entertainment business. She was a stripper, At first, when she gave me a hint on what she was doing, I thought, I was green. All I did was play football, go to school, and play video games. So she told me she was working at a bikini bar, So in my naive mind, I'm thinking, okay, she's a server at Hooters.
Bikini bar.
Totally different.
Okay. Until I had a friend call me like, hey, talk to so-and-so lately? And I was like, yeah, we talk all the time. He was like, man, I just went to the strip club yesterday and I seen her and she was working. She was dancing. And me, I'm like, ooh, boy, you seen her titties?
Before to see her titties. Yeah, them my titties.
So, yeah, exactly. Them my titties, yeah. So, I was broken. I was broken, confused, distraught. I reached out like, man, what's going on? Like, why you doing this? And when I left the school, she tried to, she wanted to one-up, make it seem like she doing something. She graduated high school, so she got a new car, apartment, and carried on that responsibility. But with that responsibility at 18 years old came with a lot of pressure. Her mom wasn't in her life with us growing up, so she struggled with the mama issues. And come to find out, the driving force of her decision-making was her mom. As I, politic with her and, talked to her about the situation, she told me she was stressed out because of bills. And her mom told her, hey, I know how to make all these problems. So I solve all these problems, girl. You better learn how to work that pole. And for me, in my heart, I just felt bad for her, and I understood what she was going through, and I decided to do drops. I come from the drop era when the money was flowing in the city.
Free band.
And when Tampa got dry, South Dakota was turned up.
Oh, man.
Addresses. Yeah. So, man, I had a homegirl that was working in the hospital. So anytime somebody was dying, I told her to give me the info. I had another homeboy
I was connected.
who was an accountant at Coca-Cola, so I got the Coca-Cola EIN number and filed them dead names as if they was alive and loaded every tax return on a preloaded debit card and sent it to a bando in South Dakota. And as soon as the car hit the mail, I get the mail, go to the bando in South Dakota, swipe the cards, and free bands, baby.
Hey,
you know. So yeah, I end up getting indicted 2 weeks after my junior pro day. I had the New England Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings come and speak with me about. That was a time where Alex Hernandez and Rakowski was first coming to the league, and they was telling me at that time they need defensive backs with linebacker mentalities, and I was just that. I was an aggressive defensive back that can run, that can play in the box and run with the tight ends. And, but unfortunately, I ain't protect my dream, so I ended up having to do my time. When I got out of prison, and in my mind, I'm making legal money, so I'm handling my responsibility as a man. As I dominated that realm, I own Limelight, OTL Hookah Lounge. I did that with Khalil McDuffie, who owns 7th and Grove. I helped build 7th and Grove, did OTL 7th and Grove, Limelight, and got to the top of that realm and dominated that for about 7 years. And on that 7th year, I just felt empty. I got depressed. I had, nice cars, staying in the condo, had all the bad babies, like, in the city. I ran through them all and felt empty. And I realized, I had 5 events a week, and in my mind, I'm working. But then when I really look back at it, I say, man, I've been drunk for 7 years. I'm depressed, I feel empty, and I don't even know myself no more.
Right. You just exist, huh?
Yeah, I was just existing in emotion.
Wow.
Nothing filled me up but a nut. And that ain't a good feeling.
That'll do it.
So, end up leaving that space, start working with my hands. I do install solar, do luxury vinyl and epoxy, metallic floors, flake, whatever. But during the hurricanes, my car had messed up, and I couldn't do my entrepreneurship. So my mom said something to me like, son, everything you've done in your life, you've had favor with, and you dominated. But I think this is one time that God is sitting you still so you can understand his plan.
Right.
And in that, it was, since I couldn't move, all I could do was pray and meditate. And through prayer and meditation, the opportunity came for me to work with the Tampa Bay Academy of Hope. I'm a felon, so, I really don't have opportunities that, that it extends me from getting a job, especially jobs that I really want to do. But the Tampa Bay Academy of Hope, they offered me a position to be the mentor coordinator. They told me my testimony is valuable, and they wanted to use me as an example to teach this next generation to protect their dreams.
I got a question. How do you target? Like, who the kids you target? Do they come to you? How do you find these kids, man, to when it come down to trying to build an interest in them and what they're going through?
So, we're a nonprofit. So, families that have a kid in need, they reach out to us, and then when they reach out to us, we do a mentee interview. So we kind of we build a profile, ask them questions about what they like, ask the parents what are they struggling with, what do they need help with, and ultimately, each one of these kids, whether it's a parent bringing it to us or it's a foster program or they got in trouble and the court ordered them to bring us, ultimately they all need mentorship and inspiration.
Does Hope deal with like the Hillsborough County school systems as well? Because
Yes.
I've heard of them, like we going to after school Hope program. Do they deal with Hillsborough County schools?
Yeah, so we work with all schools, elementary, high schools, any school that gives us an opportunity to come into their system and deal with their kids.
Yeah.
Parks and recreations too?
Yeah, I also heard that they actually starting to get involved with DJJ too as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so because that's the platform I'm actually finna start working on myself. So yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, we also, not only do we deal with kids though, we do reentry as well. So grown men that's coming out the system. We help them get acclimated. We find them housing. We find them jobs. I wake up every day and say I'm a neighborhood superhero. Right. That's what I feel like going to work.
You are now.
Yeah.
So look, what is the age, the range that you kind of deal with?
So we mentor ages from 10 to 17. 10 to 17. So, and those are that's prime real estate when it comes to your mind growing. At that time frame, the world is really clicking in your mind and you're really trying to find your imprint. Yeah. So it's very detrimental that we find guys and men that care to pour in, men and women. I don't want to just think it's just about men, but it's men and women that care to pour into and make an impact.
Yeah, that's
because this next generation is just to give you an example. Like my mom's been in the education system for 20 years now, and she said when she first started, it was about three kids in the pill line, but now it's half the classroom.
Right.
And they getting, labeled anxiety, depression, ADHD, this and that. When we was coming up, we those things we weren't getting labeled those things.
They didn't exist.
Yeah.
They want to put these kids on that medicine.
But they was calling it high risk back then when we was we was going through that type of stuff.
Yeah.
They called it high risk, and they put you in something like SLD or PEP class or something like that.
You had to go to a class.
Yeah.
They ain't take no drugs.
Yeah, they called it the slow boom boom class or whatever.
Boom boom though.
I was.
I had a reading class.
Yeah.
I had a little
I ain't gonna lie. I goddamn it, I was in boom boom.
Right.
Well, it's a PEP class. You know what? What's crazy is I was cutting this lady, Miss Bryant, how she used to be a teacher's aide at Sulphur Springs Elementary. Huh?
You say you was cutting a lady?
Yeah, lady had Miss Bryant. Yeah, I was doing
a fade or something.
Yeah, she had a fade.
Okay.
Yeah, Miss Bryant had a nice little fade.
What, she had a 9-5?
Blowout. Y'all better get on my teacher though. But look, I asked her, because I always thought I was in a slow class, which you dirty biscuit. No, but she told me, she said, no, Alton. She said, it was in 6th grade too. She said, y'all were in that class because you guys were labeled as high risk.
High risk.
She said, y'all was the smartest kids in the school. She said, but y'all were labeled high risk, meaning drug-related area, high crime area. Yeah, and we was at risk to fall in that web, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
So, look, I know we talking about the kids and all, but I want to know more about you, Mr. Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
What got you into football, and what was the football player like? What was that?
The football player was, I was a hard worker. Anybody that know me know I came with the smoke. I was one of those guys after practice, I was always running stadiums. I had the weight vest on. I was one of those guys, when I look in the mirror, I'm going to ask myself, did somebody outwork me today? Mm-hmm. And the answer is going to always be no.
Right.
So I was just one of those people. My dad was my football coach. He coached me through my whole life, basically. So, when you got pops behind you, it really ain't no excuse. And he always told me, like, hey, I'm your football coach, so you got to outwork everybody because I don't never want a parent give me the excuse that I'm showing favoritism.
All right.
So it was your decision-making to get into what you got into?
I believe so. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard as a kid to say it was my decision making because your father has so much influence on you.
Right.
No, I mean
the expectations was high.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it's all. That's what it all boiled down to. Your expectations from your father was, the bar was set high for you. Yeah. He wanted nothing but greatness for you. Mm-hmm. So I believe that's why he pressed and pushed you as much as he did. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what any father, in this case, you always want your kid. Doesn't matter if it's a female or a male. You always want them to. You always want to push them to that next level because at the end of the day, it's in them. You know what I'm saying? So he seen the dog in you, so that's why he was like he was with you.
At the time that you went to college and got into, the things you got into, was your father in your life then?
Man, it's crazy to say this. And this really be exposing myself and, some family issues that we had. But, man, I told my dad what I was doing. He was the one that always told me to protect my dream. So I knew I was doing something I didn't really need to do, you know, and I also know my pops came from the street, so I knew he'd understand me.
Yeah.
And during that time, you know, he seen the money that was going on in the city, and one of our biggest fallouts was me getting out and me wanting him to own up to it, because he acted like he had no clue, you know. And it hurt me, because it's like, man, I did my time, I went through this, I took this on the chin by myself, and you still gonna act like you don't know. But, you know, me growing up and maturing now, I realize, you know, he got a wife, my mom, you know, and if she knew he knew, you know, that would put things in a worse situation.
Maybe, to me, this is just my opinion, maybe he knew, but he expected more out of you, being that athlete that you were.
To protect your dreams.
You know what I'm saying? His expectations, being that, you know, coming from where he's from, you know what I'm saying, he expected a little bit more out of you. You know what I'm saying? And it was kind of like, I ain't gonna say it was a depressed moment, but it was kind of like, well, damn, you know, my son see me out here, he see what I do, you know what I'm saying? He see how I live, he see what I have to do to provide for my family. You know what I'm saying? The expectation, the bar was set kind of high, I believe.
Well, I mean, the bar was set high, but like I said, I told my pops literally flew out there and we had a conversation one-on-one. He told me to dot my I's and cross my T's.
Right.
He knew all the way through, but he also knew that I'm his son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that street mentality is in me, you know, and not only was I doing that, but I also was selling dry fish shirts to the university. You know, I'm a Florida kid. I'm like, man, y'all don't got no swag up here, so I end up opening up a business.
Go
You
ahead
know what I'm
on.
saying? Up there in college, you know, I
Entrepreneurship.
paid royalty fees, paid my 13% to the university for using their logo. You know, so you know, I wasn't just, you know, I'm a businessman,
Yeah.
I'm an athlete, I'm a hustler, street.
Man, you was getting it.
spiritual.
You
So
didn't
you
say
really
when to
didn't
get
need
out.
to do that.
Yeah.
Nah, I didn't need to at all.
Yeah, you was
Man.
getting it. You was getting
But so this is the thing. I remember, so before I got caught doing drugs, I had got arrested in front of the stadium selling weed.
Wow.
You know, and that's when I realized weed wasn't cutting it. I remember at this point, my ex, my girl at the time, I told her, man, I got $1,000. I'm finna. She was living in Miami at the time, so she done escalated in her industry. She in Miami. I come down there. I remember her telling her roommate, girl, Rico just said he got $1,000. He finna come down to Miami. She was like, he might not even be able to get in the club with $1,000.
Wow.
So that's when the hustler turned to a whole nother level. It's
Yeah.
like, okay,
It went up. It went up a notch.
Yeah. You know, so when I think about it, cause I remember beating myself up like, man, I'm a felon. Like I'm so talented. You know what I'm saying? I don't put this in a situation and so many doors closed because of this. And I realized, you know, it's a testimony. Let me just see this thing through. Let me feel through this experience. I don't know what the reason is yet. You know what I'm saying? But I got to get to the other side of this. And I feel like my testimony is going to save lives, impact, and I'm being to encourage other young men from not making the same mistake.
Definitely.
But you know, one thing I always think, man, we try hard to teach the next generation what they should and shouldn't do. But a lot of times they got to go through their own situation to understand what life about. Like, your pops could have told you, don't do that, son. I don't want you to do that. But you just snuck and been doing it still. Like, you just still did it because that's what you had to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I guess, how do we get through to them to let them know that they can learn from our mistakes and our trials and tribulations to be better in life than we were? You know what I mean? So, what is that?
Rico, if you don't mind, let me answer that question. That's good you brought that up, T. Basically, it's all about a learning process. Once you share your story with the youth, let them know, you know what I'm saying, everything that y'all possibly thinking of has been done. Y'all, everything that's happening has been done. You know what I'm saying? The foundation had already been laid. Right. You know what I'm saying? The work has already been put in. It's just recreating the wheel. it's the process of basically letting them know, you know what I'm saying, I'm giving you an opportunity not to go down that road that I went through. So I'm finna give you an outlet. I'm finna show you another way where you can do what you want to do, be successful at it, and be legit about it. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now in this era. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everything. That's to be honest. Everything that the young people doing out here today, it's been done. It's been tested.
Not everything. 'Cause they
Everything.
got some new shit
You know what I'm
going
saying?
on
They
now,
do. They do. With the help of social media and all the new technology, there's some new stuff that we didn't experience that they experiencing, right? But at the same time, it's really not new to us. We went about it the old school way. It's just a new way, a new format of getting things done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about this. We ain't know nothing about AI, right?
Still don't.
Here it is. AI can write you a business plan. It could damn near write you a resume. Damn near get you a job.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get that technology is what it is right here today, but in reality, it's still what we done before.
Right.
So I want to interject on that because, and it's humbling what I got to realize because I interview these kids daily.
Right.
And they 10 times smarter than we was.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what technology does is, I don't know if you know this, but we're living in a time now that every year they're 5 years advanced. So
Exactly.
for every year we live, they getting 5 years worth of information and advancing.
Definitely.
So you literally talk to a 15-year-old and feel like you're talking to a grown man.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the resource and that understanding level
It's there.
is at a whole different level. The information that it take us,
Age information.
we got to read 5 books. They can watch. It might take us 5 months to read 5 books.
One video.
They can watch one video.
One video.
Exactly.
And get that information, you
Right.
know. But the thing is, the biggest impact with these kids is not speaking to them because they
Right.
get all the information they can.
Exactly.
It's showing them real life principles, real life
principles.
morals like love, commitment,
Right.
discipline,
They need guidance with
consistency.
that, though.
Guidance. That's what they don't have because
Right.
they feel like they have everything.
Yeah, they need guidance with it.
Look, this kind of seemed like it might be a little off topic, but it's not. I had an uncle, right? And I remember him telling me this. He been gone about 20 years, man. Somewhere around that. And he told me that the one thing that's going to affect the world and the evolution of the people and kids, I'm kind of going off track, like I say. It's like he called it the mark of the beast, right?
That's technology.
So you already know where I'm going.
Man, I feel it.
look,
I see it.
He said 2 things to me. He said, when you get a child that you can't teach anymore, it's no longer, it's over.
It's over.
If you
Yeah.
can't teach your kids anything,
Nah, it's over.
what are you here for?
Yeah.
But he was like, we always trying to figure out what the mark of the beast is, right? Everybody like 666, they're going to put something in your arm, they're going to do this and that, right?
Right.
He say, no, the mark of the beast is information.
Mm-hmm.
It's information because once the kids know everything, they can't be
Can't
taught.
tell them that.
So he was like, the mark of the beast isn't a 666, it's a WWW.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
See what
right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the World Wide Web. The mark of the beast, you can't live with it, you can't eat without it, you can't do anything with it without it. But guess what? We already marked.
Yep.
Because look at everything you have, your phone, everything.
That's the chip. That's the chip. They say
That's
you
it.
willing
That's the
to
chip.
accept
We already chipped
program.
out. Because
you willing to accept it in your hand. That's your phone.
How do you teach a child that knows everything and then what they don't know, they think they know? And we don't know what they do know. So they teaching us stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm gonna tell you,
Talk
it's
to 'em.
crazy because technology is the mark of the beast,
Right.
but God is love, man.
Exactly.
And you'll be surprised what just hugging a stranger does to their soul and their mind.
Change their whole
See, they don't
format
know
of
how to
life.
feel no more.
Energy.
Right.
They don't know how to feel no more. You know, this next generation at 1 year old, the iPad is training these kids.
Mm-hmm.
Not human connection. The mom don't want to. deal with them. What they do is give them the iPad and they gonna sit still.
We keep the beast in their face.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we do.
And I'm glad we having this conversation and exposing this. You know, I want to put a level of accountability on parenting,
Right.
Because technology is making parenting is making parents lazy.
Yeah.
You know, instead of putting that time and understanding why you acting up, why you can't sit still, we rather just give them the iPad and make them sit still.
They don't force it on us.
Yeah.
We force it on the kids when that happens.
So yeah, man, it's gonna take love. It's gonna take speaking life. It's gonna take really pouring into them and giving them those fundamental old school principles, them grandma moments.
Back to basics. Back to basics.
MenUp365. Make sure y'all follow on all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe. So back to it, my boy.
Yes, sir.
What you got for these kids, man? What you trying to do?
Man, really, I'm trying to battle the mark of the beast.
For sure.
You know, technology is brainwashing and enhancing its frequency and shifting things to a low vibration out here. And the only way we raise the vibration is by us holding men accountable and telling them to man up.
Right.
You know,
right.
and being the real kings, you know, understanding their divine nature, you know, being fishermen, you know, leading these kids to the righteous place.
Right.
Because what technology is doing is leading them to the material place.
Right.
And we know that material value is worthless. You know, at the end of the day, we only spirit. And technology is shifting them away from the spirit.
Right. So here at Man Up, you know, we try to look at it from a different aspect. We know that we try to help the kids. They got programs for the kids. You know, we even try to help the kids' mothers and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. But I see very little support or help for just the fathers that's trying to fight through it and be better men. You know, understand what I'm saying? So if you haven't been to prison, you don't get that help. Mm-hmm. If you haven't been to the army, you don't get that help. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's basically we're trying, we're doing, but things may not be coming together for us as we need it to be. But I believe if you fix the head, which is the men,
that's right,
the rest will follow.
Mm-hmm.
So we can keep trying to work on these kids day in and day out, over and over again. But you're just helping the kid, which is, the kid still want his father.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what you do. You know how many kids got stepfathers? Mm-hmm. And they be like, well, that was the best man in the world, but I really wish my daddy was in my life.
Yeah.
Got to repair
so
the family.
if we can touch these fathers and just get them to go a little harder, just do a little extra, man, just sacrifice a little bit for their kids, I believe that'd be the way to change the game, to me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
So what you feel about that?
So you said something to me that was so profound when we met, and you was like, you know, we got, you know, here at Man Up, we about holding men accountable, you know, and we got the type of men that'll pour back, but we understand the real issue is building up the head of the house.
Right.
You know, and we don't have platforms or programs like this for grown men to come and get the therapy that's needed.
So,
you know, because, you know, I do have that question. Like, when I meet these kids, and they be amazing kids, great hearts, and they'll be like, man, how does the person that brought you into this world not have a concern and care? And I just met you, and you're an amazing spirit.
Right.
And it leaves me in confusion because it's like, what is the father going through?
Resentment.
Right. It could be a bunch of things because you got fathers who still dealing with issues that they never addressed.
They have to learn how to let go of resentment, the father and the son. That resentment is a stronghold on our community because it makes us feel like our fathers owe us. And then we have a grudge against our father when we feel like we don't get, you know, we don't get that attention that we been yearning for, looking for.
Mm-hmm. Man, and I'm thankful for this experience and just seeing what Man Up is about. because now it allows me to go above and beyond and see how we could make amends with that father. See if we can pour into, because it's crazy to think about it, but maybe we need to pour into the father the same way we're trying to pour into the child.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly the point and the goal for MenUp365. You know what I'm saying? It's about connecting with that man. Because you got to understand, before you was a father, you was a man first. You feel what I'm saying? So connecting with that man, see how we can assist him. You know, because think about this. The women's, they got, you know, they can go talk to their friends, or they can go talk to, you know what I'm saying, they got their little women's group, you know what I'm saying, but it's nothing like that for us. Right. So at the end of the day, I told my nephew this, man, and I love this boy for this, man. This platform here it's a whole nother level. It's something that's well needed. And us as men, we need the outlet. You know what I'm saying? We need the outlet because I'm almost certain somebody in this group gonna either went through something that you're going through, or y'all probably going through the same thing, and that way you can help each other out.
It's like in-house therapy.
Exactly.
You know, we just talking to each other, and one person's trauma and life can help heal another person. You know?
And you know, the Bible say pride will kill a man, but humility brings blessings.
For sure. Exactly.
And it's like, man, before we closed out, I was like, man, I've been battling with something. I just want to get it out, T. Let me get this out. You know, and I felt so good by having the urge to be vulnerable in front of a group of men, and then being able to talk to G afterwards and feel charged up. You know what I'm saying? Because now I can do what I feel like God called me to do on a more divine nature, because that was a quiet battle that I was facing.
Right.
And, you know, I feel like when you get in this place where you spiritually trying to grow, you feel isolated because it ain't too many people trying to really be in tune with their higher self.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So when you really there, the conversations you can't really have because they not even in the thought realm that you in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just to know that's a room full of humility, man. Yeah. That's a powerful room. You know, and being able to talk to G, it really inspired me. It was like, man, I'm over here feeling convicted because I'm a human. Like, I'm tripping.
Right.
That ain't going nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need to accept the fact of I'm living in sin, and I don't got to bash myself.
Exactly.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of these fathers, the neglect comes from internal bashing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. And with that, I think it's more of a pride thing too. You know what I'm saying? Us as alpha males, we very prideful on everything that we do in life. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is. We very prideful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We hate to admit we need help. You know what I'm saying? We hate for somebody to see us at our lowest point, because this is the way we was taught. This is the way we was trained. We was trained to be the alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So at the end of the day, we as alpha males, we got to come to this conclusion that, we need that. We need that counseling. We need that help. We need that reassurance that, you know what I'm saying, that we cry too.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Hey, I wanna touch on this. I know it ain't off subject. It's part of the you know what we got going on. So this thing you said about your father, man, I just want to help you clear the air, and me too, because I went through the same thing you went through on a different level. Your level was a little bigger, but Dad was being Dad. Dad let you make that decision. It's like both of y'all do a crime, go y'all separate ways, running from the police. You get caught, and then you call your dad talking about, "Pops, we got caught," and he like, "I don't know what you're talking about, nigga." You know what I'm saying? Whatever you did, you got to handle that on your own. You know what I'm saying? I told you to protect your dream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So forgive yourself first. Forgive Pop. But Pops was being a dad. He was being a man first, but he was being a father as well. You know, you got to walk, you got to swim through that hot ass water on your own. You can't drag me in.
So what we got to realize too, though, is, and I had to learn this too, a lot of times we may not have the best fathers in our life, but they're doing the best that they was taught
What
to
they
do.
know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
that's
don't
what
know no other way.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
my father, I'm gonna just give you a little history of my father. I always felt a certain kind of way about my pops, but I've kind of gotten over it. I just tell my story just to let it be known. But my pops, dad died when I believe before he was born. If I got the story correctly.
Mm-hmm.
My granddad, I never met him. He never met his daddy.
Mm-hmm.
His mother got cancer when he was like 1 or 2 years old. So he had no parents coming up, but he had his family, but he had no parents.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones that raised him kind of was raising themselves too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he had no idea how to really be a certain kind of father. He just could be the best father he knew how to be.
It was
And I used to really hold that against him, like, why you ain't around? Why you don't come around? Why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't doing that?
Mm.
But what he did is what he was taught to do.
Yeah. Survival mode.
Right. So how can we hold that against them? What I'm saying is we can't continue to say, well, my dad didn't do it for us. We have to turn around and say, what do we need to change to do it for our kids?
Exactly.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't say because my daddy didn't do it, I didn't do it. You know what I mean? So in my life, I said, and this was out of being kind of angry, but I understand now. I decided to be the opposite of my pops because I didn't like how I felt coming up in life. And I believe if we start thinking like, okay, what is right and what is wrong, not criticizing or downing anyone, but what can I do to be better than what I seen or what I was taught?
Yeah.
We have to really try to do that to change their life. And I say that now because I raised all my kids. I've been there since the day they were born, since they fell out of her. They had their own.
They fell out of her.
Through college, high school, I've been there because I had to, bro. It was something burning inside of me that said I would never walk away from them.
It's gonna be better.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't
Facts.
want the fathers to feel like we bashing them. I don't want
Right.
Not at all.
I'm an advocate for fathers. I'm not gonna let the women bash these men.
No,
I'm
right.
not doing it.
Right.
Just
right.
it's just our story.
Right.
We have,
Ain't
we
no
have
bash.
to take care of us, and this is the spot where
We
we
love
come
y'all,
to take
dads.
care of us. We come
Yeah, I
to love
love your
each other.
dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? I
Right.
love you, Pop.
There's definitely no
Yeah.
blueprint.
Yeah.
There's no blueprint on fatherhood.
Right.
that's
There's no
right.
blueprint at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us shoot from, you know what I'm saying? We go by how we was raised. You know what I'm saying? So it may be the right way, it may not, but that's all we have to go by.
Right.
I heard
You know
you
what I'm
say
saying?
something.
But it's all about accountability.
Right.
Yeah. I heard you say something earlier about reaching out to some of the older gentlemen getting out of prison. How do y'all go about doing that?
Oh no, we go into the prisons.
Oh,
Yeah, we go into the
Prison ministry.
every
Praise
Tuesday
God.
and Thursday.
All
And man,
praises
it's
to the
crazy
Most High.
to say that. So when I went to prison, the day I turned myself in, my dad was watching the Dallas Cowboys play football. That's his team outside of the Bucks.
boo.
And he said he had a God encounter.
Cowboys
And-
suck, by the way.
He always wished that it was him who got caught and not me.
That's a
You know,
father.
but the Bible said, your sins will be passed down to your children.
Right.
Come on here.
You know, and it led him to be going to prison ministry. My dad is a pastor at City Life Church now,
Come on here.
and he is
That's a
over
big church,
prison
man.
ministry
Yes.
because of my situation.
Right.
Yes,
See how
sir.
life works?
See,
Yeah.
that's how it be, man.
Hey, man up need to be a part of that.
Listen.
Yes, sir.
You need to work that out.
Yes, sir.
You need to be a part of that.
MenUp365.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying?
Plus hope.
Definitely want to help these fathers and these young men get out when they get out to have
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
some direction. You know
Got to
what I
get
mean?
this glue back together, man.
But
Right.
Tampa Bay Academy of Hope, every Tuesday and Thursdays, we in the prisons. We get the profiles of the inmates that's about to get out, and we put them in our reentry program. We get them with
Right.
assistant living. We help them find jobs. And hey, man, we one of the only urban nonprofits that's really here and have the budget to make a difference. So we appreciate y'all support.
Love.
Before we get out of here, what can Man Up do to help y'all?
Wait. Sorry. When they get out, y'all talk to them. Send them to Man's Finest Barbershop for their first haircut on the house, baby.
Oh, okay.
For
Bad.
sure.
Yes, sir.
Love.
And we're going to get them in the Man Up program, baby.
Yes, sir.
Man, wow, yeah. They need it. We ain't got nothing. So we just helping them get a job and get some assistance with living.
Yeah.
But
Motivated.
yes, sir.
Yeah,
we got you.
Yes, sir. Man Up, baby.
Yes,
365.
So with that being said, QC code, right?
Mm-hmm.
MenUp365. Like, subscribe, and check out our podcast and all our content that we have out there. We're on all social media platforms, so make sure y'all tap in. Also, we're going to keep you updated with all the meetings too. So once you tap in, leave a comment, and we'll make sure we get back to you.
We need 500 subscriptions this month.
That's it for the day.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying, brother? I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We're
Appreciate
going to
you.
do some big business with you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? He blocking the camera right now. He think it's all about him. You feel me? Hey, man, it's another episode of Man Up 365, man. We're going to keep it true. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep doing what we do. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all stay tuned for the next one. Nothing but love. Appreciate you.
Yes,
Love, peace, and high grease.
Standing on business. You heard me?
We holler at you.
All praises, guide my steps. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let the church say amen. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah, let the church say amen.
I was lost, now I found. Praise God, how we turn my life around. No more hanging with the clowns, childish ways, put them down. If you claim you a man, time to be a man now. Take responsibilities for mistakes you made. Die for our sins at the price he paid. Man, I'm trying to live life in a righteous way. So I gotta thank Christ for sacrifices made. He's amazing, so I give you all the praises. Can't explain how he took me out the cages, put me on stages, and now I move graces. I gotta exercise patience, I learned from the sages. Mark, John, Luke, and Paul. The devil think we stupid trying to dupe us all, but I got a trick up my sleeve he can't see, and it's found in the Bible. Let's
Say
go.
amen. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah, let the church say amen. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah, let the church say amen. Where you been? Praying and fasting for days in. Get my detox and my soul clean. Get the living in my heart, now I feel free. Big faith, growing grace. The wilderness for the days. Live by the word, not by bread on any day. Let the world lead me to a better man. Pray to the Elohim. This the winning team. Obedient over sacrifice. Watch how I get it. Roll through the hood like a veteran. We are the children of the covenant. Check about love. Esau hating. It was written in the Bible. And those that know me, I'm trying to feed the lost sheep with the new man. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah, let the church say amen. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah, let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Let the church say amen. Get it. Locked in. Let the church say amen. He awesome, he's amazing. The days all be days. Once was a lost sheep, now we locked in. In the Ruah,